Okay, let's gonna go for number 10. Commodore number 10. This taking a long time, isn't it? That's fine. It is all about thinking. This doesn't. Sometimes you go into the wrong direction. Sometimes you can't go into the right direction. That is not a problem. Let's gonna add this over here. I know that this is an issue. This should be 20. I know it's an issue just because I can see now line 73, yeah? Oops. Just gonna separate the names. Awesome. That one is before it was passing, now it's failing. Or you can have to look at it better way of doing. Usually I will have this on a much smaller font, and I will have three frames, and this one will be the third one, yeah? But because I'm using 24 points, I don't want to have all three over here because it gets too busy. But that's actually what we thought it was happening. It was going to happen. It's calculating it twice, yeah? So, on this case, we have to check that this is that we only add the first roll. Now, for now, we know as a fact that with the spare frame, you have done your two rolls, you have only one available, which is going to be the next one, whatever the next one is. And if the next one happens to be a normal double two roll, you only want the first score, yeah? So we need to be able to get that first score. So something like that. In fact, let's gonna actually do it properly in the convention of so we need some kind of first score over here. So for a second, we know that we need to introduce that into our system. Let's gonna remove this test over here. I have done something with this. I need to go check why something has decided to completely change the way that it's doing the void. Okay. Void over here. Este number wasn't llamada. Let's gonna add it. Up here. It's a return opening. Okay. This is kind of confirmation, yeah? Could have done it slightly different, but we still need this, so it would have failed on the first one and passed correctly. Okay, that's exactly what we expect. Everything is working as intended. Which means now back to the data we have just commented out. It is no longer first score, but just the first score. Okay, that test is passing. Okay, let's go and comment add all this. Cool. We can. I wonder if there is, if we have a better way of doing this. And I think we have. Okay, so the main problem that I have is that we are using this whole thing with the skull. But doesn't seem it complicates things too much over there, yeah? It complicates things too much. Have you seen? I'm getting old. I'm missing half of my my hair. I used to have it kind of bigger, you know. Okay. I am this. Oops, no, undo that. So I'm disliking this. And the way that I'm disliking this is because, oh, come on, for loops. This is not the 90s. There are better things that we can do, yeah? I think can I give just that information to the frame. Can the frame give the information about the bonus rules? I'm thinking as well, if once we go back into strike is gonna handle this completely different, yeah? Because strike is 2 bonus rolls, not just 1. So what we want is to be able to handle it in a way that is common for both of them. And I think we could do something around this computer frame. Okay, let's gonna do this. Because we have a Git setup in place, yeah? If this goes out of hand, once we start adding the strike bonus, we kind of look back into that idea that I'm having at the moment, which is about keeping the information in the frame rather than trying to get that information on the score. We'll see about that. But let's gonna see if we need to be able to know that we have a strike here. Now that I'm ready, I've seen this comment, doesn't make any sense. We need to be able to understand when something has been disturbed. We know, as a matter of fact, we can say, oh, index, so the current frame is strike frame, yeah? That we know about. So let's gonna keep that information here. There is a case in which this is not gonna work, which is fine. We'll have to deal with that later, yeah? So there's gonna be that. Go back a second to the one that is actually this is kind of jumping ahead. Let's gonna do it first this way and then go slower. Always good. It is always good. Okay. In fact, the reason that this is failing is because we are trying to do the whole test for a second here, yeah? Okay. 16, 22. So that should be 22 with a single row, which is what we have right now on the left hand side. And it's still failing because we found 16 instead of 22. Oh, first, this needs to be again. Second one, we know if it's strike frame works, yeah? The first one is a 10. Oh, that's the problem of having this thing over here. If it's a strike, it should be marked as completed. So let's gonna do we're missing some logic over here. It's completed. Right. Oh. This becomes 10, remove that, and that should be true. Which, of course, now we're going to have different tests. That's fine. No, that's not the right place to put it. It's completely different. That's the one that we are working out, yeah? So this frame or this is a method. Awesome, but still something fairly interesting. Oh, now we have 28 instead of 20 instead of 22. Oh. And that's because it is counted twice. Because it is considered, let's gonna think about it, spare frame. We are thinking that this is spare frame when it shouldn't be. So we are just missing this over here. That's fine. So in fact, false. Okay. That is failing because okay, now everything is failing. Everything is failing. Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay. I think did I say not? It's not a strike frame. And the pin rods. Okay, now everything is passing. Okay, now we are in the right direction again. Awesome. So this one is already doing the right thing, yeah? Okay, oh. Okay. So just to confirm, this is now again the 28 that is not finding what it should be finding. Yeah, that's fine. We actually know. I was jumping a bit earlier, but what I was talking about all this information over here is actually annoying me. It's annoying me a lot. So if we do this for now, Okay, so this still seems to be doing the same thing. But the gun has gone. So we are gonna stop here. I think that then this should not be changed at all. True. False. Yeah, it works. We can look later at some additional properties over here. Just gonna stop for a second.